This is the incredible Trinity Alps of Northern California. Hi there, good afternoon. Welcome to the beautiful Trinity Alps wilderness area of Northern California. A few of you might recognize this creek. I ended a video here and I started another video here walking out that way about 1.5 miles to Lake Anna. That was 2 days ago. I had a lazy day yesterday, July 4th. Happy Independence Day to all my fellow Americans, and happy Canada Day, July 1st, to all my fellow Canadians. I am a dual American Canadian. So I am just getting started here on this wilderness experience, and no, this will not be a repeat of what I showed in the previous 2 videos. My car is parked at the trailhead about 1.5 miles down that way. 2 days ago, I came up here on a day hike, hiked up here and then that way to Bowerman Meadows and tried to find Lake Anna, but couldn't get to it because the trail stopped in the meadows, and then it was only like 1/4 mile, maybe even just 1/8 of a mile or something to the lake, but it was just all socked in with bushes. And I just could not get through, try as I did several different ways. So a bit of a hiking fail there. So now I'm headed the other way, Bee Tree Gap. 3.4 miles, a ways to go. All packed up here. Now my ultimate destination is Granite Lake. So there is a bit of a situation as far as cooking my food goes, because there is a campfire ban. I do not have a stove. However, the ban only applies to a select area, and the Granite Lake that I am hoping to get to is outside of that campfire ban area, and so there I could make a fire to cook my food for the night. But I'm not sure if I'm going to make it there today. It has been a while since I've done an overnight backpacking trip. The backpack is heavy, the hills are steep. I am not in spectacular shape, and looks like it is probably further than I thought to that Granite Lake. Also, on the map it shows some really gnarly looking switchbacks where it's going to be super steep. So I could end up camping at Deer Lake, a very small little lake that is past the Bee Tree Gap a little ways, I think kind of right past that. So that might be like 4 miles from here. And so I will definitely make it that far and then see how late it is, see how I'm doing, and see if I decide to make the push up to Granite Lake. So if I stay at the Deer Lake tonight, then no, I'm not going to break any rules and make a fire. My food that I have is 4 dinners. 2 are some things that I found in the back compartment of my car, where the jack goes for, you know, if I have a flat tire, that I had forgotten I'd put in there. There was all this stuff in there that I totally, you know, forgotten about, hadn't seen in a while. Anyways, I found these 2 dinners. They looked pretty tasty. I thought they might be expired, but they're good until 2025, so hopefully those are still good. However, those will require boiling water. But I have 2 cans of chili, some veggie chili and some meat chili. And so at the Deer Lake, if I stay there, then I will just take out a can of chili, put it in the sun, try to warm it up that way, and eat it as it is. I have some cheese to put on it. So yeah, that is what's happening. The Trinity Alps are an hour, I don't know, hour and a half-ish drive from the coast of California, the Pacific Ocean. Arcata and Eureka, the towns over there. I graduated from Humboldt State University way back in 2002 with a degree in world religions, and I think that that was the last time that I was in the Trinity Alps. I remember, I think like right after I had graduated, then my brother came up here, Christo, and we did either a day hike or one night or camped or I don't know, something like that. But we came up here when I was a kid as a family, myself and my brother and mom and dad, and went on summer backpacking trips here in the Trinities and also the Marble Mountains, which are nearby, and which I then visited later on my own solo as an adult, and have done, I think, 4 backpacking trips in the Marbles. 1998, 2012, 2016, 2020. Here it is, 4 years later. Again, it's been a just accidental thing of every 4 years going into the Marble Mountains. So after the Trinity's here, then I might go into the Marbles next. Anyways, time to put the camera away, make some progress, get some of these miles done, and see how far I can get today in this gorgeous wilderness area on a beautiful, beautiful, warm, sunny day here in summer. Whew. At least it is less hot here than it is down there where they are enduring a heat wave. So we'll get, you know, chillier as we head uphill. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Coming through. Going. Hey, bear. Hey. Hey, bear. Coming through. This is not smart water. I basically just bought this for the bottle. This is raspberry lemonade. The same stuff that I had a couple days ago, except that I bought a big bottle of it, and then this was a much more convenient bottle to pour it into. Oh man, that stuff is just amazing. So this is all that I have of this. It isn't a powder, it's just, you know, you buy it at the store like this. And once I finish this, then I will rinse out the bottle and then use it as a second water bottle. I have another one right there. A nice kind of a meadow here. So I thought that I would discuss a couple of things about my gear. So I think quite possibly for the first time in all of my backpacking adventures, which is a lot, then I don't have a pair of pants with me because it is flippin' hot. It is a heat wave down in the lower elevations and really warm up here as well. Now, of course, it will get colder as you go up in elevation and as the sun goes down. So instead, I just brought a pair of sweat pants to wear in the evenings if needed, and then also at night, if it is chilly at night, then wear them to sleep, along with, if necessary, socks. I have a really warm long sleeve shirt, long underwear shirt, and then a warm hat. But I just can't imagine that it's gonna be cold enough during the day that I would want to wear a pair of pants, and that leaves one more thing out of the backpack: less weight, less room. And then one issue when it comes to trying to stay warm at night is that my sleeping bag sucks. I've had it for like 20-ish or more years. I bought like this backpack from REI, the yellow two-person tent that I showed at the beginning, which I do not have in here. I have another tent, a one-person tent that is a little bit smaller and lighter, but I bought all these main, you know, backpacking necessities back in the early 2000s, something like that. And my sleeping bag has always been an issue, but not quite to the point that I've replaced it. So it keeps me perfectly nice and warm, like 80-something% of the time. It's just if it gets especially cold, or it doesn't even have to be like crazy cold. I was a little too cold at the rainbow gathering that I was at recently, just a few days ago, which isn't even that high in elevation. But I did get chilly even in the evening. So I don't know, maybe it was higher elevation than I realized or something, because here, camping at Trinity Lake, where I've been for the past 3 nights, then it was flipping hot trying to go to sleep at, you know, 11 p.m. or whatever, and then it cooled down and got to the point where I zipped up the sleeping bag, but I was still plenty toasty warm there. So because of that, then I also have my blankets, the super colorful orange yellowish blanket that I bought in India a decade ago, and which I travel with, and you often see laying out on beds when I use it, because I don't like the blanket that the hotel provided for whatever reason. And so I also have that in the backpack in case it does get chilly at night, because if I do get up to Granite Lake, that is at 6,400 feet and could get pretty cold up there. But, you know, that means one more thing in the backpack. One heck of a pretty meadow here. And a landslide. There we go, seeing some of the higher mountains and little patches of snow. Amazing wildflowers there. And some little tiny butterflies. Pretty purple. That might be Indian paintbrush, one of the few flowers that I actually know the name of. Look at this. We have, I don't know what it is, but not a quail, I don't think. But it seems to be doing the fake out routine of trying to convince me that it's injured. It was kind of holding its wing down. And so they do this to draw you away from their young. So there might be a little bird's nest somewhere in here, because it came out of these bushes. Now it's up on that tree there, so it's, you know, not flying away. That's part of, you know, trying to take attention away from the nest and the what do you call baby birds. But if it's right in here somewhere, then definitely not the best place to have a nest if you don't want to be annoyed by people. All right, let's leave it alone. A big patch of snow here, so we're definitely getting higher up, and an amazing meadow. Hey there! Hey, go on! Coming through! Hey there! Hey! Hey, go on! Coming through! So I stopped to take a break in the shade, and I am being completely just harassed by mosquitoes here. So I think that I most likely won't make it to Granite Lake today. I'm moving really slow. The weight of the pack is intense and a lot of uphill here. So also there's another reason, which is that when I arrived at the parking lot 2 days ago, I'm going to stand up here and kind of try to get them to go away a little bit. Then I arrived at the parking lot for my day hike, and there was one car in the parking lot. I arrived today and there were like at least a dozen or more. A guy comes down, gets in his car, leaves, says that he went to Summit Lake and there was basically nowhere to camp there. I'm going to Granite Lake, which is a bit further, if not today, then most likely tomorrow. And so maybe there will be less people there. But it also kind of makes sense to not go all the way to Granite Lake today because of the more people in the wilderness. And if I get there late, then I could arrive and then discover that there isn't really a place to camp and it's late, and then it's a whole situation. So it all around makes more sense anyways to stop at Deer Lake tonight, and then tomorrow then I will arrive at Granite Lake earlier and also have a much easier hike and lots more time to do that intense uphill switchback. Now the problem with Deer Lake, according to a woman that I spoke with down at the parking lot is that there are no trees there, she said, and so that means no shade. Not a big deal for the evening, but getting blasted by the sun in the morning, and also where to hang my food bag. So we'll see what it's like when I get there. Either way, I am really looking forward to a swim in that lake. Another nice meadow ahead, and here, a potential campsite. So this is good to know just as a backup. Who knows if I'm coming back and don't want to go all the way or something. But great spot. Creek right down there, so hopefully you can get down to it. And what a sight to wake up to. Hey bear! Hey bear! Hey! Coming through! Gone! Coming through! Look at that! These mountains are gorgeous! So, back where I started the video, by that creek, was a sign that said Bee Tree Gap 3.4 miles. Now, I'm not exactly sure what a bee tree is, if that means a tree with a bee's nest in it, or just a tree with lots of flowers that bees like, or what. Maybe we will find out when we get there, but I'm also not exactly sure what a gap is. But I think that that must be a saddle. Okay, now I've obscured what I was going to show in this video clip, but we'll see it again soon. But right there you can see the mountains there, and then it goes down and then comes back up, and so there is a saddle, a pass right there. So I'm going to guess that that is the Bee Tree Gap. It also seems about right distance-wise. Now, you generally don't have a lake right at a saddle. I forget on the map how much further the Deer Lake is past the Bee Tree Gap, but either way, I still got a ways to go. There's going to be some intense uphill right up ahead by the looks of it, and then I guess going back downhill to Deer Lake, and then yeah, I will definitely plan to stay there tonight. And so from here you can see the gap or the saddle or the pass, whatever you want to call it, up there. So not really that much further, but whew, I am definitely beat going so slow. But today is definitely going to be the hardest day. Tomorrow could be intense as well, but it will be much shorter. I will get an earlier start, most likely. I won't have to, you know, get all packed up. I woke up at like 10 this morning, which was good because I needed extra sleep because I didn't sleep very well the previous night, and then had to do a lot of rearranging of the stuff to get ready for the backpacking, and then drove from there. Short drive, only 15-20 minutes, but tomorrow I will be already a long ways up in the mountains and shorter distance to Granite Lake, so at least I'm getting the worst of it done first. Also, of course, as you go along backpacking, your pack gets lighter with every meal you eat. Well, I can forget about a warmish can of chili for dinner tonight. You can see the sun has gone down behind the pass there. I will almost certainly see it again, especially if we're headed up that way. But it's just going to be at too low of an angle to heat up a can of chili. So It'll be a just room temperature, kind of chilly tonight, but it is a good one. I might eat at the top of that. Hopefully I can see the Deer Lake and see how far it is, but I am hungry, so might pull out the food once I get up there. And another campsite right next to the little creek there. Okay. Where is the trail? It is not exactly clear. Or is it going over there? Oh boy. Let's take a look. This doesn't really seem like it. Must be over there. So I might be camping by this creek here tonight because I cannot find the trail. So I wanted to show that here you can see very, very clear, obvious trail. Big old steps going down, going this way, not trail, trail, not trail, goes around the corner here, heads for the creek. So I was wondering if perhaps I had missed a junction and there was, you know, this trail going off to the campsite and then the main trail continuing, but I went a little ways back and couldn't find anything. And so right up ahead you get to the creek, and then it seems to just disappear. There's my backpack. So, scanning everywhere. At this point, there just is no obvious trail. Sorta, kinda a trail going up to the campsite here. And then that looks sort of like a trail, but then I walked up there, it disappears under the snow, no footsteps up there and no trail continuing anywhere. And I think that this is just snowmelt has created that little channel. So nothing down through there, and then here, kinda, sorta, barely little trail, but I also walked up here and it just disappears. So I'm really mystified, especially since down at the parking lot, I spoke with two different people, both of whom happened to mention to me that Summit Lake was really crowded. They'd both gone to Summit Lake. And happened to tell me, you know, basically don't plan to find a spot there because that's where a lot of the people were going. But I didn't even know about Summit Lake because I was headed for Granite Lake, which is further. But point being, those two people made it up there and back. I also saw a girl just a little ways down there. Didn't talk with her, but so it's figure-outable. But I am not finding it at all. And I checked the map and no help. It basically just indicates that it should be going up that way, not like over there or up there or anything. And that makes the most sense. So, man, I did not expect that trail to just fizzle out like that. What to do, what to do. There's the campsite down there. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going off trail, heading in that direction towards that path. However, as you can see, pretty steep stuff there, but here is a very doable looking route, at least that far up there. And if it becomes impassable or just doesn't make any sense, then I can easily enough just get back down here and then camp there for tonight. So my hope is that I will stumble upon the trail at some point, pick it up. It's got to be a, you know, decent trail somewhere in order to get to that Summit Lake and everything else back in there. So I'm not sure what else to do, because I sleep here tonight and then tomorrow I'm back in the same situation. It's light enough that, you know, I should be seeing the trail if it was around here. So my choice was, should I go that way and go up there? But this just looks like a more doable route. As far as behind there, who knows? So I'm just gonna put my head down one step at a time, try to make some progress here, and then we'll see what happens.